Hello people, how are we? That's me. Hello. So in this video we're going to talk about a few things. I've recorded this intro about 25 times, which will give you some indication of the fact that things aren't going that well. And I've been struggling a bit with filming, editing and the whole YouTube thing. So I'd like to talk to you about that, because I wondered if you might be able to help. I'm going to try and talk a little bit about the Himi and a few updates. I'll talk you through what's happening with Dave. I'll take you to the garage, show you what's happening with him, and we're just generally going to have a chat. A bit of a kind of catch up really. I know it's been a few weeks, so we'll get on the bike. I'm going to head down some trails, just do a couple of light trails because I've had some problems with the top box. I just flew over a bump, top box flew open, all my shit fell out, and I've lost one of my camera batteries. No matter. Should we get on? Should we have a chat? Okay. It's a beautiful afternoon. What is it, Tuesday, late April? Temperatures going up all the time, the sun's out. It's really nice. I suppose the natural thing to start and the natural thing to talk about really is some of the kind of the struggle I'm having with all this. I don't quite know how to account for it, but today's a really good example of what I've been experiencing. Shut my visor. And I'm sorry to start on a sort of dour note, and you're probably used to me being a dick and knobbing around and stuff, and I'm sure I'll get back into that, but at the moment I'm really not enjoying all of this, and I'm not thinking about jacking it in. It's not, you know, we're not getting that desperate, but I'm just really struggling. I don't even quite know how to define what it is I'm struggling with and why it is I'm struggling, because let's face it, this is all fucking rather pointless, isn't it? You just stick a camera on your helmet, have a chat, and then put it on YouTube, and that should be it. But I think, and again, I've recorded this about 7 times, and each time gone, oh, that's pointless, that's shit, what's the point, and stopped. And so the problem seems to be with my head, and my head getting in the way of things. And I think the thing is with YouTube that it can look so easy in the hands of others sometimes. You know, you watch a lot of vloggers and it just looks so straightforward, and of course you don't really see what's going on behind the scenes. You never do with YouTube, and of course there's a lot of work goes into it. But at the moment I'm struggling with, I think it must be confidence. I'm just generally overthinking everything and just treating it all far too seriously. And the problem is that, you know, when you start getting into the kind of algorithm and the analytics, and it's kind of unavoidable these days, you lot. I'm just going to potter down here. I've just had a problem with my top box. Everything flew out. My whole life flew out the top box. Memories, regrets, desires. Fancy once had about Sharon Smith at school in 1985. That fell out onto the fucking trail. I had to pick that up. But I'm recording things again and again and again. I am binning them again and again and again, and it's becoming really quite a trial. It's not just started like really recently. The last few videos, I overthought them. Ended up taking ages recording those, and just doing like take after take, you know, sort of recording an intro going that shit, doing it again, that shit, doing it again, that shit, doing it again, that shit. It's just confidence. You know, I am an overthinker, I am overthinking everything, and I think you get to the point where the numbers start to sort of dictate, and you think, well, these videos are done pretty well, I want to build on that. And really, you kind of can't do that. You've just got to think about enjoying it, you know? Right, let's get up this hill. And then we can stop and have a bit more of a chat. Concentrate. That's it. Himi's been great. Fantastic, you know. Great bike, but what a lovely spot to stop. And I feel kind of odd, you know, I feel a bit strange. Like, it's a beautiful day, I'm not at work, I'm on a lovely bike, you know, should be having a great time. But once you start thinking that you've got to record it and you want to turn it into something, your riding starts to become about filming, and it starts to become like a right, so I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I've got to do this. And my channel, I always used to just go out and stick a camera on and then just talk shit, and some shit came out and then just stick it on YouTube. I think it's modern YouTube. Let's crack on, let's carry on, see if I can chat while I'm doing this. I think modern YouTube, but it's kind of emphasis on algorithms with numbers, with the tools you've got available to you. It's kind of unavoidable that you're on that YouTube studio looking at your figures and thinking about your audience and who's watching and, you know, how they're watching. And there's so many AI tools now which are basically saying your audience now, you know, they're losing interest in the first 45 seconds, you need to do this, you need to do that, and you're like, you sort of stop enjoying it really, because you're thinking about those things and allowing those things to dictate to you. And the more you watch of other YouTubers, the more polished you see. You know, you see all these kind of polished videos, and unfortunately, again, I'm taking it slow because I've got the top box on, not because I'm a pussy. Unfortunately, you watch a lot of these other YouTubers and you're a bit like, God, look at the way they've done that and the way that they've done that. And then we're all now, you know, the vlogging scene used to be a bit kind of random. It used to be kind of, you know, people just strapping a fucking a camera on their helmet and, you know, chatting shit really. Let's have a quick look at the bike. But, top box is still... Are you alright? Sorry. But now, we've all become presenters. You know, every YouTube channel you watch has got first 30 seconds sorted out, and presentation and structure, and shots from all over the place, and it's a bit like, Jesus. And you feel you've got to kind of compete or keep up, and then there's this weight of all this other shit as well, like companies getting in touch with you going, do you want to advertise this, do you want to advertise that? And you start thinking, it's become something different, and I don't know, I'm struggling with it, people. I'm struggling with it, and I think probably a lot of your advice, you know, you'd probably be, have a break from it, have a break and come back to it. And I've tried. Maybe I've not just, you know, just left it, but I'm just overthinking things. And even in my head as I'm talking to you, I'm thinking, this is going in the bin. This is going in the bin. What's the point? It's weird. Anyway, it does mean, I'm afraid, that, you know, the sort of rhythm with that going to and the consistency with banging a video out every week pretty much has been impacted, and that's why you've not seen me for a little bit. So I'm okay, I'm alright, I'm enjoying the riding. I'm just struggling with the filming and a voice and being confident enough with it, which probably did for me the first time around, to be fair. Anyway, that's that. Second thing, I've been loving this bike. I've been really enjoying this bike. I'm really chuffed with it. It's a cracking little adventure bike. What I find brilliant about it is the fact that on these sorts of trails, it's really, best word for it, unintimidating. That's what I really like about it. I'm not a novice off-roader, but I am a, you know, casual. I just like the odd trail. It's perfect for me. It's not got the height and weight of something like a Tenere or an Africa Twin. And so, you know, I used to come up here on the Africa Twin. Every trail was a bit of a fuck it up, you know. With this, if you're wanting to, you can sit down. You know, I could get my feet down easy. And it feels like even if you did drop it, you know, it wouldn't be a massive deal. Done a few bits to it, added some more engine protection. I think that's pretty much it, really. I've obviously done the exhaust, told you about that. But yeah, I'm really, really pleased with it. On the road, it's got enough punch to be a lovely B-road bike, and you can happily sit at 70, 75. Through the traffic and on the ring road, it's a little bit top heavy, if I'm honest. It's not got, centre of gravity is quite high. It's all right, you know, off road. I don't really notice it, but on the in the traffic, notice it a bit. Right, what should we do? Should we head to some more trails? Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to head to another trail and I'm going to re-record all that. That's the problem, you lot. That's what's pissing me off. Alright, I'll see you soon. Peace. Let's do that trail the other way. It's harder the other way. Let's see if I can do it. Show you how capable the Hemi is off-road. Let's go back this way. I mean, I shouldn't really because of the top box thing, but we only have to go slow. Okay, let's see if we can get up there. Right, a bit more of a rocky uphill. Yeah. Come on, son. That's it. It chugs really nicely. And like I said before, you know, unintimidating. Means it gives you a bit more confidence. You know, if you're not so worried about, you know, it just going, because with the bigger bikes, it's really noticeable. Something like the Africa Twin, and why, you know, ruts put the fear of God into you. As soon as that front does that, and as soon as it's like you're down, you're gone. This one, 200 kilos, yep, but you do feel like, I mean, it is weighty, but I don't know how many kilos lighter than the Africa Twin. It is lighter. Top box is still intact. Yeah. And, you know, despite my kind of YouTube woes, I fucking love this kind of riding. I'm really enjoying it. And it's a shame because I went to Norfolk recently and I was really like, I really wanted to show you lot, you know, the motorhome setup and do a lovely vid. And I took loads of footage, and again I've got back and I've gone, oh, do you know what? It's fucking boring, it's shit, it's pointless. And yeah, I think I just need to, you know, I'm sure you lot and your advice would be the same. Just stop worrying about it. It's not that important, you know. I know that, but I suppose the trouble is when I came back, you know, I was thinking about building the channel and what I wanted it to be, and I didn't want it to be just like it was the first time round. You know, I was ambitious for it, and the trouble is if you're ambitious and you want it to grow, then you've got your eye on the numbers all the time instead of just thinking, just enjoy it and what will be, you know. And I think the other thing you've got to be careful of as well, and I'm sure, I don't know how many other vloggers have spoken about it, but you've got to be careful that this idea of going out on a bike is about filming, and everything you do, you know, a ride is a film, because you just start to see your riding as like a, how would I describe it, what's the best word, project. And then you think about, right, when you're riding, what you've got to record and what you've got to get down, you know, and you're a bit like, well, it's affecting my enjoyment of things if I'm forever sticking a camera on and thinking, oh, I'll record this and I'll put it together and do this. You know, I need to differentiate between the two and think, you know, I'm riding or I'm filming, you know, or yeah, doing both. I don't know. There's a bit of resignation in my voice. You can probably hear it. I'm really sorry, you lot. But I thought, after a little while, I thought I'm going to talk to you a lot about it. Because, of course, the weeks go by. I've had a few people asking me if I'm alright, when the next vid's coming out. And I kind of wanted to say, just sort of talk to you. And I know that, you know, I know how great you are, all are. But I just thought, you know what, I'm going to talk about this, and maybe talking about it will help, you know, help me sort of rationalise it and put it in perspective and make me realise that nothing's that important, and that, you know, you've got to enjoy this. So yeah, but thanks for listening, people. Alright, it's about time we heard from Dave, I think, innit? Right, so I recorded this earlier today, and, you know, in the spirit of what I've been up to recently, you know, I've recorded it about 5 times, but here's a little update from this morning in the garage, and a bit of an update as to the state of Dave. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. Alright, welcome back to Crumble's Lair, Crumble's Lockup. I rent this place, by the way. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this to you, but I haven't got a garage at home. Managed to find this double garage. Rent it. It's not ideal renting, but until I get a better situation, bit of solution sorted, it's good for now. It's good for now. All right.
By the way, electric, powered by this. Yeah, wonderful. Right, so quick update on the Three Musketeers. Here's Klaus. Not ridden him much recently, and it's mad switching between him and him-y, because this is an absolute beast. It feels like a rocket ship after riding a little Hemi 450. Sorted his cruise control out, fitted some cool covers. They look hideous, but they're very comfortable, I must admit. Very impressed with them. Again, little eBay purchase, 20 quid. Happy with that. There's the old trailer wheels, by the way, because I bought some new ones. Trailer's all sorted. It's back at the ranch. And I'll show you later how I've been back out on this, on the trailer, on the back of the motorhome. Right, so Klaus is he's fine. He's okay. His front tire's going down a bit. Not sure about that. Little Hemi. Spent a lot of time on the Hemi recently. And there's little Hemi. Been on some trails in Norfolk, so we've got that to look forward to in terms of YouTube video. We'll see. I don't know. I've watched the footage. I'm like, it's all shit. Don't know if I'm going to post it, but this is a problem with what I'm going through at the moment. I just think everything I do is shit and isn't worthy of sticking on YouTube. So we're in that kind of space at the moment. That's tricky. I'll talk to you about that. We've got these to fit today. Got an engine guard, clutch guard. Acerbis ones go with the Acerbis everything on this bike. Do I need them? Possibly not in terms of the stuff I'm doing, but just in case. I got them on eBay again, 40 quid for both. So I thought, why not? And then the hideous monster, the elephant man that is David Blackbird. Are you all right, Dave? You're not talking. Look, I've said I'm sorry about 3 times, 4 times. Do you want me to say it again? I'm so sorry. Nothing. So, took the fairing off. This is the damage we did. Yeah, I mean, is there any mending this? Super glue, you think? Cracked here, split in 2, cracked along the bottom, cracked here. It's a mess. The headlight, totally smashed. Can you see this? There we are. Smashed, not quite broken, but I've managed to I've got another headlight ready to get fitted, ready to be fitted. Headlight's ready to go. It's finding a fairing, and I've got options, you lot. I could buy another Blackbird. There's another one on eBay at the moment for 700 quid, non-runner. But it's a lot of money, and to do another bike in here. Chinese fairings, colours look all to fuck. I could get a non-painted one, paint it myself. They're 200 quid. Or just wait it out on eBay. That's what I've been doing at the moment. Just waiting for one to turn up on eBay and hope I get lucky. It has crossed my mind about getting rid of Dave. I'm sorry, Dave. Our relationship has kind of broken down to this point. And the other day I did see a CB 1300S and thought, ooh, I like that. And it wouldn't hurt my neck. So, future hanging in the balance? Maybe. Last remnants of Steve. The GPR exhaust I've sold. So I managed to claw a bit of money back, about 300 quid back from selling some bits that I got with the bike. That's sold, so I need to get that packed up. And that's about it really, people. Have you got any questions about the situation here? There's my jeans. Don't look at the waist size. But yeah, right, we're going to crack on. We've got some stuff to do. I'm going to fit these. I've got my dirty jeans on. We're going to fit these. We're going to give the chain a clean because I've been doing a lot of sand and dusty tracks in Norfolk. The front brake's squeaking a bit, so I think I need to grease the pads. I'll get that caliper off. And I think that's it. Right, I'll speak to you in a bit. Any questions?
So I think that's pretty much it. What have we covered then? We've sort of talked about the Hemi. I've really enjoyed it, and I will do, I think, you know, as a sort of next video kind of thing, I'll do a proper little test of it and do a bit more about it, if that's what you want. Is that what you want? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. We'll see what the fuck I'm going to do, whether I actually post any of this. I don't know. But thanks for watching, people. Thanks for listening. Thanks in advance for your help. And I hope hope to see you on the next